Back in the 1st century BC, the Roman Empire reached the peak of its power. An empire that stretched from Britain to Egypt was searching for greater strength. And who was its face? Julius Caesar. He didn't just rule, he was the true master of hearts and minds. To maintain control, he knew exactly what to do. Spectacles, arenas, gladiators, battles with wild animals. It wasn't just entertainment, it was political strategy. It was the way to win the love of the people. But this was just the beginning. Emperor Augustus came, and with him, a new vision of the world. The spectacles were no longer just a way to entertain the masses. They became a fight for survival. And in this world of death, a new threat emerged. Bestiarii, fighters forced to battle the deadliest beasts in the Roman Empire. Lions, tigers, bears, rhinos. True monsters thirsting for blood. These fighters weren't heroes. They were criminals and slaves, sentenced to death. They were pushed to their limits. No weapons, no protection. Their lives depended on sheer luck. But what if you could learn to fight this hell? Soon, professional bestiarii emerged. Fighters trained to survive in the most brutal place on earth, the arena of Rome. These men, forged by time and savage battles, became legends. But they knew every fight could be their last. They fought for survival, for money. But who would make it out alive? In 79 AD, Emperor Titus hosts a grand opening for the Colosseum. It wasn't just entertainment, it was a battle for power. The crowd went wild. But behind the bloodshed, there was more than just a spectacle. It was a means of strengthening imperial rule. For 100 days, the best fighters, including the Bestiarii, fought beasts, and each fight showed the emperor's might. But the spectacle in Rome didn't stop at the arenas. Every battle, every fight with an animal became a symbol of ruthless power. The people of Rome thirsted for blood, and Trajan, celebrating his victory in the Dacian Wars, organizes games where Bestiarii not only fought for their lives but for a place in history. In the arena, there were not only beasts, there were also brutal men, willing to destroy each other for fame. But who could have predicted that in this world of violence and power, something unimaginable would begin to happen? In the 4th century AD, everything starts to change. With the arrival of Christianity in the Roman Empire, everything begins to shift. Emperors like Constantine the Great begin turning away from bloody spectacles. Fear, violence, the worship of cruelty, all of this starts to recede. Slowly, gradually, violence in the arena starts becoming part of history. And in 404 AD, when Emperor Honorius issues an edict that bans gladiatorial combat and animal fights, the Roman Empire, once so powerful and terrifying, finally stops being a place of bloodshed. The Colosseum, once filled with thousands of roaring spectators, begins to empty. And the Bestiarii, those gladiators who once embodied the empire's cruelty, fade into history. So what remains? The memory of greatness, of brutality, and of those who fought for the spectacle. This was an era where death and glory went hand in hand, and the arenas of Rome were places where not only the fate of the fighters was decided, but the fate of the empire itself. But do we truly know everything about those who died for the spectacle? To be continued.